certainly an alarming surge in cases. More than 1,100 reported statewide in just the past 24 hours. That is the biggest daily increase we have seen since July. Welcome to the News at 7, everyone. I'm Rick Ritter.
And I'm Denise Koch. Governor Hogan says the numbers are concerning. He warns that the weeks and months ahead will be tough, especially with the holidays coming. But what we do now will determine whether we can continue on the road to recovery and keep our state open.
And WJZ investigator Mike Helgren live with the update on the coronavirus fight in our state from Governor Hogan. Mike.
Rick and Denise, I know you were listening. The governor did not mince words. He says we are in for more pain. He also says that more than 50% of the people who've recently contracted the virus have either traveled out of state or attended a large gathering or worked outside of home.
The straight truth is that this virus will be with us well into next year. And that, in fact, our worst time may be over the next couple of months.
Governor Larry Hogan will not impose any new restrictions in Maryland, even as coronavirus cases are rising, up 1,198 with 10 more deaths and a positivity rate up more than 0.1%.
The indisputable fact is that we are now in the midst of a major surge of COVID-19 in America.
The governor did issue a travel advisory for hard-hit states, Idaho, Montana, Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, South Carolina, and Florida, and he advises against any out-of-state travel.
If you do travel to one of these locations, you should immediately be tested for COVID-19 and should self-quarantine while awaiting the results.
The governor says local jurisdictions can impose more restrictions as needed, and he urged tougher enforcement of current restrictions.
It's not that hard. Just wear the damn masks. We're concerned about increasing recent reports of individuals and businesses becoming more lax and not following the law.
The UMMS COVID incident commander got emotional talking about the impact of the virus.
Let's make sure we stay connected. Let's make sure we reach out. Let's make sure we support each other.
And Dr. Marcosi recently lost a friend to suicide, a reminder of the mental health toll of this pandemic, and there is help out there available for those who need it. Reporting live at 7, Mike Helgren, WJZ.
Thank you, Mike. So now let's bring in Rachel Menitoff. She is live in Harford County.
Hi, Rachel. That is one of the areas the governor specifically mentioned as seeing a concerning spike in the number of cases.
That's right, Rick and Denise. Harford County, he said, is one of 7 jurisdictions in Maryland with a positivity rate greater than 5%. It's about 5.05% here in the county. And the statewide positivity rate is 4.2%. So you can see the numbers here are above that statewide average. Governor Hogan also said Harford County's case rate increased by 82% over the last week. And tonight we're talking to residents of Bel Air, some of whom say they were expecting an uptick in cases during the fall, but that the high averages are no less concerning. This is especially true for people with kids and elderly family members.
It is concerning because I certainly don't want it to go back to where we just came from again. I'd rather just move on and get done with this, but I would hope that if we see the numbers go up, that people will take extra precautions.
I do have 3 young children. I don't want to pass it on to them and then pass it on to my parents who are elderly.
And Governor Hogan also said the state is better positioned to handle this type of surge, but stressed that we cannot let our guards down. We're live in Bel Air tonight. I'm Rachel Menitoff for WJZ.
Rachel, thank you. And as we know, Gaithersburg-based Novavax, they've been working on a possible vaccine for the virus for months now. Tonight, we have learned the company has signed an agreement with the Australian government to supply 40 million doses of its vaccine candidate. Now, this deal with Australia, just one of several Novavax has worldwide. It has already agreed to supply its shot not only to the U.S., but the UK, Canada, Japan, South Korea, and India as well. Currently, the potential vaccine is in its late-stage trials in Britain. With the results of that study, they're going to be released early next year.
Well, if you need a COVID test, you can now get one at the Patient First in Pasadena. You will need to schedule an appointment at the location on Ritchie Highway. This is not a rapid test, but most people will get their results within 3 days. If you don't live near Pasadena, several other Patient First locations offer testing, including Bel Air, Owings Mills, and Towson.